Welcome to RER, Reduce EMF Radiation YouTube channel. Today, we welcome Mr. Prakash Munshi, a concerned citizen, raising his voice against the health hazards caused by mobile tower radiation.
The electromagnetic field radiation linkages to the health of humans has been discussed for long. There are two sides of the story. Of course, there is the funded research and the paid news of the industry compared to unbiased, non-funded studies and research and citizens who are really interested in the health of their fellow citizens. We, on our part, are concerned citizens for the health of our 1.25 billion people and others in other countries. We are not high-flying activists. Let me repeat it for the knowledge of some people, that we are not high-flying activists, but are concerned citizens. Just like Shah Rukh Khan had said, "My name is Khan and I am not a terrorist." I would like to say, my name is Prakash Munshi and I am not an activist. Health is a fundamental right granted by the Constitution of India and various constitutions to all citizens, and we have to do to protect it, and we have to get it. If Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it, was said by Lokmanya Tilak, I think today is the time to tell the new government that health is my fundamental right and we shall have it. I would now like to read out to you what World Health Organization says and how they define health. Health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease and infirmity. I think this definition of health of the World Health Organization talks a lot and says a lot. I would also like to add what one of my friends has said: no proof of harm isn't proof of no harm. Also, what the precautionary principle as laid down by the law of European says, the law of European Union has laid down in the precautionary principle that the onus of proof of any action taken lies with the person who is taking action. For more details, please look up the law of European Union precautionary principle. The World Health Organization has classified electromagnetic field radiation as possibly carcinogenic to humans on 31st May 2011 after a number of scientists met together from various countries and decided that based on the facts available with them, electromagnetic field radiation has to be classified as possibly carcinogenic to humans. Stop. It is shocking that the Department of Telecommunications and the Ministry of CNIT have not disclosed this important fact of Group 2B classification to various questions raised in Parliament, like for example, Mr. Devji Patel from Jalore, MP, had questioned about the health aspects with EMF radiation from mobile towers. He was informed of the World Health Organization fact sheet of 2006 in 2014. But why did they not mention the 2011 classification of group 2B by the same World Health Organization as possibly carcinogenic to humans. Why was this not divulged to the Member of Parliament and the parliamentarians of India? Countless studies linking EMF radiation to health hazards have been referred to by the Interministerial Committee report, by the Bioinitiative report, by the Interphone study and World Health Organization EMF Expert Committee of 2011, and also the representative from India has quoted 5 Indian studies in the WHO EMF project meeting in May 2015 in Geneva. Then why does the Honorable Minister say that I do not know? Please advise me if there is any linkage and I will take corrective action. I beg to offer these 5 studies if he needs it. The ex-advisor of Department of Telecommunications, Mr. Rakesh Bhatnagar, has mentioned on Rajya Sabha TV Sarokar program on March 30th, 2015, that the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of CNIT worked in opposite directions and there was total lack of coordination between the two ministries. This was reflected also when we had visitors from abroad who visited both the ministries in Delhi in fall last year. They were Dr. Darius Lezinski from Finland, who was a member of the 2011 committee which classified EMF radiation as group 2B, possibly carcinogenic to humans. And following his visit were the visit of the famous epidemiologist and researcher Dr. Deborah Davis from USA. The other aspect of health, why health has been even understood by Department of Telecommunications. The Department of Telecommunications themselves have reduced their radiation norms on September 1, 2012 to 10% of earlier norms. Why did they reduce it to such a great extent if they thought there was no health hazard from EMF radiations? They have advertised half-page advertisements in national dailies, cost of which you can understand. These are all honest taxpayers' money. And what do they write in that? The advertisement says, if you have a choice, use a landline into bracket wired phone, not a mobile phone. Why do they say this? The cordless phone is also having much higher radiation than the mobile phone, which they are aware and we should be aware. So this statement under point 8 of that advertisement was the icing on the cake. We have actual cases where people have suffered, have died, and are suffering. And these are no anecdotal cases. These are real life cases. We have friends from Jaipur, the Kasliwal family, where 2 brothers got the same brain tumor and their dog also got a tumor, and there was no family history. One of the brothers unfortunately died. The younger brother is still suffering and has a relapse, and we pray God he recovers. The dog died. So, and they were staying in very close proximity to the mobile towers. The other brother who was not facing the mobile towers is Hale and Hearty. Why? Nobody can answer that. The onus of proof, I repeat again, according to the precautionary principle as laid down by the European law of European Union, is with the cellular industry and not with the victims. We also have cases in Mumbai, and many of them coming from suburbs like Mira Road, then in Bandra, then in Dadar. In Dadar Parsi colony, we have many cases due to the radiation towers being put up very close to their residences. We have one at Usha Kiran, which is a slightly older case, one of the first cases which has come up in the media. There were 3 ladies who were affected, to the best of my knowledge, in Usha Kiran, where the towers were opposite on Vijay Apartments. These antennae on top of Vijay Apartments were removed because of the protests by the residents of Usha Kiran. Now, what does all this amount to? Do you need more proof? You can't get more proof than this. Nobody has surveyed how many people have died of cancer who are close by to antennae in other cities. There should be a general awareness amongst the citizens. Then only they will know that it might be because the antennae is opposite me. We are not creating fear amongst the citizens, I repeat, but these are facts, and you cannot deny facts, you cannot hide these facts. In fact, in Berkeley, USA, recently there is a propaganda of right to know, and I think right to know is different than right to information. Right to know should be given by the industry, by the cellular operators, by the cellular manufacturers, in writing to the end users that yes, EMF radiation is harmful. I know they will not give it in writing. Take for example, what do the iPhone and BlackBerry do? They make you go through 6 different steps to show you that yes, there is harm. If you have an iPhone or a BlackBerry, please look into what they say under legal. In the example of iPhone, be it whatever model it is, you will find it under General, Settings, About, Legal, and RF Exposure. You won't be able to expand the font also. That small the font is. They don't want you to see it. That is the point. They don't want you to see it. And how many of you have really seen this, what I have just told you? Believe me or not, I have done hundreds of presentations and met many people. None of them had seen it till we created this awareness. And this is a message to the people who are spreading wrong information about citizens who are concerned for the health of their fellow citizens. Please look into this, look into your iPhones, look into all the legal aspects which are there in various phones. They say very clearly, keep the phone 5 to 20 mm away from your body. Why would they say that? Would anyone talk like this? Do you talk like this or do you talk like this? And then you get heated over here. You get heated telephones if you talk for long. There are people who have two phones and they are not taking any precautionary steps. They don't use a hearing aid. They don't use speakerphone. They would like to speak like this because they are talking on the road, they are talking while crossing the road, they are talking in the car. This is a problem. In addition to this, we have learned from many doctors during the last September PCOS Awareness Month that young ladies who are either in colleges or young executives are now being affected with PCOS and PCOD due to their carrying either one mobile phone or two mobile phones in their front pockets and a hip pocket, and the other one is a smartphone, because the smartphone is continuously downloading data and therefore there is more radiation. People who use smartphone will be more affected with radiation, and therefore they have to be more cautious while using smartphones so that their health is protected. We are of the firm belief that we should be smarter than our smartphones. At the same time, we should take precautionary steps, and these precautionary steps are already laid down in one of the videos which we will put in one of the next talk shows. At the end, I would like to tell you also that insurance companies like Swiss Re and the Lloyds of London do not insure and agree to claims from diseases which are related with electromagnetic field radiation. Why? Why do they do this? Do we do it in India? India is still way behind, and the insurance companies are not aware of this. The moment they will be aware, they will also stop insurance claims settlement which are linked with electromagnetic field radiation. One important thing which I have missed out earlier is how industry plays with researchers. There is a case study of Professor Ross Ade, who was sponsored by Motorola and funded by Motorola. As the results came by, which went against the industry, do you know what happened? Motorola withdrew the funding and the study stopped. Another fact is of Dr. Henry Lai from USA. He was doing research on the health problems with the EMF radiation. The industry approached Dr. Henry Lai 3 times, not once, to change the readings according to Dr. Henry Lai, and this was to change the results to suit the industry. Is this fair for honest researchers and scientists who are more concerned with the science and their research and not to please either the industry nor any vested interests? Lastly, I would like to read out a message from our Honorable Prime Minister when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat on 31st May 2013. He had written to Harsaranbir Kaur Pandey, the author of The Radiation Threat. I'll read out the gist what he says. He says, health hazards are also prevalent in the fields of construction and communication technology. People at large are not aware of negative effects of building materials used in constructions, and the builders are ignorant or conveniently cunning to consider the environmental aspect for well-being of the occupants. Microwaves and radiation through mobile towers proved killers even to the birds and creatures. Now, if the Prime Minister is saying this, what right does anybody else to shout from rooftops that I am so and so? Believe me, there are no health hazards from mobile towers. I don't have anything to add further than this. I hope in this short talk I have been able to convince you that health is wealth, and without health there will be no use of wealth. We have to protect our fundamental right, and we have to make the industry realize that the onus of proof that health is affected due to electromagnetic field radiation is on them and not on my fellow victim citizens. Thank you.